Welcome to Homestyle Southern Cooking here in Merida, Yucatan. I'm Jim Mann and I love to bake, and I'm always posting things on Facebook. So some of my friends have asked for the recipe, so I thought not only will I give them the recipe, but I will show them how to do this. So today we're going to make an old Southern standby that a lot of people have forgotten how to make. And they're delicious, and you can have them for breakfast or you can have them for lunch or dinner. We're going to make Southern style popovers. Popovers are kind of like, I want to say an English type muffin. There are special pans made for them. This is the pan I have. There are other pans that you can get. What we're going to do first, you can take, if you want to take Crisco or take butter or however you want to do it, and I'm going to thoroughly grease each space really well with my cooking oil. And I'll actually look in the bottom and I'll actually see just a light coating in the bottom of my pan. Okay, my pan is ready, so now we're going to make the ingredients. Let me get my bowl. And the first thing it calls for 2 fresh large eggs. So let me move this down so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to put 1, 2 large eggs in there. Along with this, I'm going to put 1.25 cups of whole milk. So I've got 2 eggs and 1.25 cups of whole milk. Along with that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of slightly melted butter. There goes my butter. And then next, I'm going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And my salt. And then what I usually do after I put these things in there, I usually take my whisk and whisk them all together really well. Popovers are a wonderful meal to have for breakfast. They're hollow inside, so you could put scrambled eggs inside, or there are so many things you can do with them. They're crunchy on the outside, and they're really flavorful. After I get it good and beat up, I'm going to add 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Okay, I've added my flour. We can set this aside now. And now I'm going to just beat up the flour into the mixture. Now this might be a little bit lumpy, but that's okay. The lumps will not affect the popovers at all. You just want to make sure you stir it till you get it all incorporated. As you can see, there might be a few lumps in there, but that's okay. There's no problem with it having a few lumps inside. After I get it all stirred around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start filling my muffin tin here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a measuring cup. I'm going to fill each one of these 3/4 of the way up to the top. So I'm going to start doing that. Take my measuring cup. I don't know whether you can see this or not. I'll show you once I get these all done. Now, if you do not have a popover pan, that's okay. You don't have to have a popover pan. You can do these in a large muffin pan also. They might not rise up as high as the popover pan, but they will still turn out, and they'll turn out wonderfully. Let me set this down for a second to get the rest of my batter out of here. There's something about popovers. They're a real comfort food, and they're a really southern dish that many people don't make anymore. It's sort of a lost art. And they're very simple, as you can see. They're very simple to make, and it doesn't take any time at all to make them. And they're just 3 or 4 ingredients. So there's something that you could make in a hurry, and it doesn't take long to make. All right. There it is. I don't know whether you can see it or not. Let me turn the camera down more. See, they're about 3/4 the way full. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take them over to my oven. Now, I have preheated my oven to 450 degrees. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put these in for 15 minutes at 450. At the end of 15 minutes, I'm going to turn my oven back to 350 and cook them for another 20 minutes. And at that time, they should be ready to come out the oven. So I'm going to put these into the oven. And when they come out, I'll be back to see you. Don't go away. Hi, and welcome back. Originally, I told you to put them in the oven for 450 for 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, to turn down your oven to 350 and for another 20 minutes. Well, it's been 20 minutes, and now I'm going to check and see if my popovers are ready. So let's get them out the oven and take a look at them. Oh my goodness, look at those. Aren't they lovely? See the steam coming off of them? They're beautiful. Let me give you a quick tip right now. If you take, as soon as they come out of the oven, if you take a knife and you punch a hole in the sides of each one of them, it'll keep them from collapsing, because you have to remember all of these are full of air and they're full of steam. So I'm going to put a hole in each one of them, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a fork. They're going to be hot. I'm going to get a fork out. And I'm going to get one of them out. They're hot. It's really, really hot. And there we go. There is my popover. And what I'm going to do now, what any good Southern boy would do, is I'm going to cut this open and show you. Ooh, great day in the morning, as my grandfather used to say. They're hot. See this? I don't know if you can see the steam coming out or not, but inside, they're holler inside. And I remember my grandmother, especially at the holidays, at Christmas time or at Thanksgiving, taking leftover ham and turkey and making ham and turkey salad, making these and stuffing these with that. So I'm going to take me some butter, and I'm going to put it on a corner of one of these and cut that off. What's so nice about it, it's kind of like a British Yorkshire pudding, which means it's really tender and moist inside, but the outside is really crunchy. Oh my goodness. If you've never tried a popover, try them one time, and I promise you, you'll be making them all the time. They're delicious, and they're really, really good, and it's so simple to make. I've got a favor to ask you. If this has been helpful to you and you'd like to see other old recipes that have been forgotten or haven't been used for a long time, if you go down to the bottom and you would hit your like, and also if you would share it with somebody. And if I get enough people interested in seeing some of these recipes, I'll make some on a daily basis. I love to bake, so it'd be a pleasure for me. So from sunny Mexico, as we say, hasta luego, or goodbye. Take care. God bless.